to 135, owner of a 6-fight winning streak, including a victory in his UFC debut, Erik Perez is set to battle Ken Stone. Mexico's Erik Perez had a picture-perfect UFC debut in June, shaking off the first-time jitters to submit talented John Albert. But for the Monterrey, Mexico native, there is always more work to be done. So he went right back into the gym to prepare for his bout with Ken Stone. One of the great comeback fighters of last year, Stone rebounded from losses to Eddie Wineland and Scott Jorgensen to submit Donnie Walker and decision Dustin Pay to give himself a winning UFC record. Now the Florida prospect looks for a move up the bantamweight ladder, and that journey starts tonight against Perez. Coming up next, Erik Perez takes on Ken Stone. Erik Perez, now a member of Team Jackson and Albuquerque, New Mexico. Fighting for the second time in the UFC, he has won 6 straight fights, and it was described to me by Sean Shelby and Joe Silva, our fine matchmakers, that Erik Perez is a bit of a hybrid between Donald Cowboy Cerrone and Leonard Garcia. And if that's the case, man, this is gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, and I really love the way he snatched that armbar on John Albert in his UFC debut. That was clean and crisp, and he held it nice. And even as Albert tried to adjust and get out of it, he secured it and locked it up. So he's very skillful as well as very scrappy, a fun fighter to watch. I mean, and what a camp. I mean, Greg Jackson's camp is just filled with tough training partners.
And worthy of note, men who train at altitude in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And Greg Jackson has a handful of fighters on the card tonight. And for those who have been with us previously, Joe, you know that Denver and Colorado, that fighters really need to adjust and come out early. What an advantage if you spend your entire year training at altitude.
Yeah, you can't really come out here for a couple of weeks and get the full benefits of it. You can slightly acclimate to it, but I talked to a long-distance runner who told me it takes a full 3 years for your body to truly acclimate to this kind of altitude.
Erik Perez. For Ken Stone, this is the 4th time he will fight in the octagon. The first time he is fighting at altitude. He did come out early, as most fighters will do when they know they are fighting here in Denver, but like you said, be interesting to see if indeed he came out early enough, at least for his body.
How far out did he come, do you know?
Came out about a week or so in advance.
I would say that's not enough, especially since he lives in Florida, which is at the very lowest altitude. That is sea level. So that is going to be very interesting. Well, if he's smart and if he's in great condition already, maybe he can get through with it, but it will be an advantage to Perez.
Just fought in late June against Dustin Pay.
Ken Stone, what I was going to say, does have excellent conditioning, and coming out of American Top Team, that's a very knowledgeable camp, and I'm sure they've really prepared him well for this. There are other ways around it. You can sleep in an altitude tent, notably BJ Penn during the primetime shows. He does that, and BJ always likes to say, if I have to sleep in a tent, someone's getting their ass kicked.
Ken Stone, set to fight here tonight in Denver. Our tale of the tape for this bantamweight battle. Erik Perez, 22 years old, 7 years younger than Ken Stone, who will have a 4-inch reach advantage. Once again with the introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man holds a professional record, 11 wins, 4 losses, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Erik Goyito Perez. And now, fighting out of the red corner, this man holds a record of 11 wins, 3 losses, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, Ken Stone. When the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean.
Herb Dean will be our referee. The beautiful Ariani. Pepsi Center, Denver, Colorado. Ken Stone.
Ready, fight. Ready.
And Erik Perez. Perez, the 5th youngest fighter in the UFC today.
Nice inside leg kick off the bat by Perez.
Stone comes out southpaw, but he got dropped. Perez looking to finish it right here.
That's it.
It is all over, just like that. Wow!
Ken Stone was recovering there, but I think that it was the right decision to stop that fight by Herb. The only reason he recovered is because Herb grabbed him. If Perez was allowed to keep raining punches, let's see it again. Here's that inside leg kick. He got clipped with the right hand in the exchange. He goes down, face plants, obviously in trouble. Gets clipped again, over and over, bam, 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 and now Herb saves him, and then he recovers. But if Herb Dean didn't jump in there, Erik Perez would have kept raining shots down. There's the right hand that dropped him. He face plants. Perez lands again and again and again. This is an excellent stoppage by Herb Dean, even though Ken Stone recovered, because he would not have had that opportunity to recover if Herb hadn't came in there and stopped that fight. Perez would have kept raining punches, and Ken would have went unconscious.
What a great win tonight for young Erik Perez.
And here you see he catches this punch and bam, comes back with a right hand of his own, right on the jaw of Ken Stone, and then swarms on him until referee Herb Dean stops it. What a beautiful right hand that was, just perfectly placed, and he jumped all over Ken Stone for the stoppage. One more look here, just jumped all over him.
Erik Perez turns in the fastest bantamweight knockout in UFC or WEC history. With the particulars, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 17 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Erik Goyito Perez.
Took only 17 seconds. And here's Joe.
I'm here with the winner, Erik Perez. Erik, that is the fastest knockout in bantamweight history in the UFC or the WEC. Congratulations on that, and you really wasted no time getting after it, man. How do you feel?
Feel great. I feel fantastic. Thank you, all the people in Denver, Colorado. Thank you, my family. Thank you, my coaches, Mike Valle, Greg, Genisi. Thank you, Leonard, Cowboy. Thank you all, guys.
Let's take a look at it, Erik, so you can enjoy your handiwork. You clipped him with a big right hand here, and he face planted. Let's look at it. Talk us through. What were you thinking there?
I know was thinking. I don't just go for punches.
Well, you went for it. You got it. Congratulations. The fastest knockout in WEC or UFC history in the bantamweight division. Congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jesus.
Erik Perez, ladies and gentlemen.
Ken Stone came out in the southpaw stance, and Perez countered with the straight right and did so with authority as he wins tonight's fight in just 17 seconds.